Hey guys, CryptoDad here again, and if you received a 1099 DA from Coinbase indicating a large amount of proceeds, for example $20,000, and there's no cost basis, and now you're thinking the IRS believes you made $20,000 in pure profits on your crypto trading, take a breath. It's not the end of the world. In today's video, I'm going to explain to you exactly what a 1099 DA is, why there might not be a cost basis, what this means for your crypto taxes, and when you may not even have to worry at all. As usual, this is purely educational. I am not a tax advisor, but I'm going to explain this to you in plain English. So let's jump in. The 1099 DA is a new IRS reporting form for digital assets, thus the DA extension. Exchanges like Coinbase are now required by the IRS to report certain types of crypto transactions. This is important. The 1099 DA reports proceeds. It does not automatically calculate your real capital gains. It is not a replacement for your tax return. It's informational. It's basically the exchange saying, this is how much crypto this person sold for cash on our platform during this tax year. The IRS gets a copy, you get a copy, that's it. It's not your final tax bill. Now, here's where people panic. They take a look at that 1099 DA and they see proceeds, $20,000. Cost basis, not reported. And they think, oh great, the IRS thinks I made $20,000 in profit. Not necessarily. Here's one of the most common ways that cost basis could be missing. Let's say you bought that Bitcoin on Kraken, and then you transferred it into your crypto hardware wallet. And then later, you transferred it from your hardware wallet to Coinbase and sold it. Now, Coinbase has no idea what you paid for that Bitcoin. So they report user sold $20,000 worth of Bitcoin, but they don't report cost basis because they don't have it. Now, let's say you bought that Bitcoin for $15,000 and you sold it for $20,000. That means that your true capital gain is $5,000, not $20,000. The 1099 DA only reports proceeds. It's not the full story. That's why you file your own capital gains tax forms when you file your taxes. You are responsible for calculating your true capital gains or losses due to crypto trading, and that's done on IRS Tax Form 8949. Now, there are some great crypto tax software services out there like Cointracker, CoinLedger, and Coinly that will help you do that. And I've done some great setup videos on how you get started with services like that. Those services will allow you to connect to your exchanges via API, import all of your wallet addresses, aggregate all of your transaction history, calculate your true cost basis, and then generate Tax Form 8949 for you. Now, if you're uncomfortable connecting to your exchange via API, you can also export that data from Coinbase, Kraken, other exchanges, or even blockchain explorers, and then import it into these tax services. Of course, you can always find a tax-savvy tax accountant as well that can help you with all of this. So all is not lost. But the goal is simple. You need to determine exactly what you paid for that crypto, what you sold it for, and the difference. That difference is your capital gain or loss. The 1099 DA is just one piece of documentation. Now, I promised you I'd give you some scenarios where you don't have to worry at all. The first one is if you bought and sold everything on Coinbase. Coinbase is going to have your cost basis and your proceeds, so everything will look like it should, and you don't have to worry. However, you will still need to file your IRS Tax Form 8949 for your capital gains. Another big one that people worry about is, say you bought a bunch of Bitcoin and transferred it into your wallet, but you never sold. In that case, you don't owe any taxes on your capital gains or losses. Crypto transfers are not taxable events. Now, here's another big one that a lot of people don't realize. Let's say you had crypto losses. For example, you bought Bitcoin at $60,000, it dropped to $40,000, and then you sold it. Well, yes, you cashed out, yes, you had proceeds, but you actually had capital losses. Now, on your 8949, those capital losses can be included to offset any other capital gains that you may have got during the year. They can also offset up to $3,000 worth of ordinary income per year, and if you have leftover, it can carry over into additional tax years. So just because you received a 1099 tax form doesn't mean that you actually owe taxes. You may have losses, and in many cases, those losses could actually benefit you. So another scenario that's going to become more and more common as stablecoins reach mass adoption is stablecoin transactions. So if you convert US Tether to US dollar coin, yes, that's a taxable event, but the capital gains or losses on that are negligible because they both fluctuate around the price of a dollar. Also, if you convert stablecoin to US dollar, that's also a taxable event, but just the same, it's going to be negligible capital gains or losses. You'll report it, but it's not going to be dramatic. Now, as I mentioned earlier, crypto transfers are not taxable. So, for example, if you move crypto from Coinbase to your wallet, from your wallet to Coinbase, or from Kraken to your wallet, those are transfers. They are not taxable. The problem only arises when the exchange doesn't know what you originally paid for the crypto that you sold. That's when you need to account for the cost basis yourself. So what happens if you ignore it? Well, the 1099 DA is sent to the IRS. So if you don't account for it, the IRS system is going to assume that you had $20,000 in crypto sales. That could trigger a letter. But if you file your tax returns properly and include your IRS Form 8949 with your actual capital gains and losses, you'll be fine. The IRS is not just going to blindly tax you on the proceeds that are reported on your 1099 DA. They're going to look at your actual tax return. That is the final say. So here's the bottom line. Don't ignore it. Don't panic. Reconcile it. The 1099 DA is informational only. It's the IRS Form 8949 where you report your actual capital gains and losses. This is where the IRS can see your true cost basis. Now, if you're trading crypto across wallets and exchanges, you probably need some crypto tax software or a crypto-aware CPA. This is just the reality of crypto becoming more mainstream. Now, I'm curious, did any of you receive a 1099 DA this year? And if so, how did you feel when you saw it? Were you confident? Were you confused? Or were you completely terrified? Drop it in the comments below. I'd really like to know how this is affecting people. And if this video helped to clear things up, hit that like button and I'll see you in the next video.